Hello FCS 301, you are ready for day one of the zipper pouch sew along. I have gathered all of my supplies. I have included the paper pattern from peggysew.com. I am using the 9-inch zipper pouch pattern. This will be cut out with my paper scissors. And just to note, this is the top part of the pattern piece. So if your fabric has a pattern to it or a nap, you'll want to make sure that you lay your pattern piece correctly so that your fabric is going in the desired direction. I have my fabric scissors. You will need an iron for this pattern. I have my thread, which matches the lining of my fabric. You will also need an empty bobbin, pins. I have my 9-inch zipper. I have the fabric for the outer piece of the zipper pouch. I will need to cut out 2 pieces of this fabric. I have the inner lining of my zipper pouch, which will also need to be cut out twice. And then the last thing is the fusible fleece. This is a thicker interfacing. It's going to provide a lot of stability and body to your bag. You will notice that it is bumpy or rough on one side. That is the adhesive that will adhere to the wrong side of your zipper pouch pieces. And we will also need to cut out 2 pieces of the fusible fleece as well, making sure that on both the outer piece, the lining piece, and the fusible interfacing piece that we will also need to cut on the fold, which I will show you in the next segment. All right, now that you gathered all of your supplies, you're ready to cut out your pattern pieces. I have my pattern that I cut out with the paper scissors. Make sure that you do not use your fabric scissors to cut out a paper pattern. I have the fold of the fabric running closest to me, and I have placed my pattern piece along that fold. You'll notice on the pattern piece it says fold. So that edge of your pattern piece does need to lay on your fabric at the fold. I will need to cut out one pattern piece, and then whenever I'm done cutting out this pattern piece, I will then remove the pattern, move it over to here, and cut out the second piece that I will need for the outer fabric. I will need 2 pieces of the lining and 2 pieces of the outer fabric. I have pinned just on the inside of the corners, making sure that the pin heads are not sticking out beside the pattern piece. Otherwise you would have to cut around them, and that would not give you a nice straight edge. Anywhere that there is a corner, I highly recommend that you add a pin. It just makes it that much easier for your fabric to lay flat and for you to get the best edge possible. Okay, I now have the 2 pieces of the outer fabric cut out and 2 pieces of the lining fabric also cut out. As you're cutting those out, make sure you do not cut your paper pattern with your fabric scissors. I'm now ready to cut out the fusible fleece. If I sent you some fusible fleece, you should have gotten a piece about this large. And just taking one of the ends, you are going to create a fold. And it doesn't need to be any bigger than your pattern piece. So you just kind of use it as a guide. Once you've created that fold and your pattern piece can fit inside that area. I'm going to now pin it in place. And once I get done pinning, I will cut, and then I will repeat this process so that I have 2 pieces of the fusible interfacing.